Hello, everyone. Welcome into episode 80 of Coffee and Chel. Myself and Padre today, joined by Pop. Okay, I'm not gonna say it like that. We're gonna get your reasoning.
Or Brent.
It's Brent.
You can
I
call
was
me
about
Brent,
to
it's
say.
fine.
Yeah, it's Brent. I'm gonna call you Papa because it's not as bad as Daddy, which I just refuse to call Stu, which is ridiculous. So we're here with Papa, who is a prominent nighttime West Coast Chel streamer and a fellow dad, 30-year-old, really just fits in. So we're going to get your takes on Hut, the gameplay as a whole, and just how it's going. So welcome in. Introduce yourself to the class.
I appreciate you guys having me on. So, yeah, I mean, at least my NHL background, I've been playing since 99. I took a break between like 12 and someone ended up buying me NHL 16.
Wait. Did you take a break during college?
It was like,
okay, I did.
No, it was just Call of Duty. It was like I'm always like centered on one game, and I was playing COD at the time. But someone bought me NHL like for Christmas, for NHL 16, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll try NHL again. And all of a sudden, I just got right hooked.
Let's go.
Back into this game, and it's been kind of like off and on. Like, I'll take my summers off. I've been playing every game ever since.
Okay. All right. So on today's show, we're gonna talk about the fantasy cards. Yo, talk to me about Gordie Howe and why he's the best card in the game.
Okay, I mean, like, he's practically a meme on my stream right now. Like, okay, hot take, he is the best of the three 88s. He is the best one, at least for how I play the game, because, like, the truculence and back at you is, like, an elite combo.
The reason why I want to bring this up and why it's interesting is because you're, like, one of only, like, 3 people that I've ever noticed that effectively uses the reverse hit. And I remember when I got the alpha, like back in the summertime, it was like super prevalent because they were like trying to test it. So it's super easy to do. And then at launch, and I remember being like, man, this is going to be the most obnoxious thing for the player base. But the thing was that at launch of the game, everyone just hates using it because they don't want to wreck their slap shots or their dekes and stuff. So everyone just completely avoids it almost. But with Gordie Howe
I embrace it. No, here's the thing. Okay, guys with back at you, you bait them into hitting you, pretty much.
Yep.
Like, especially, if you have like a Ronick, anybody who's using Ronick without gold back at you is making a humongous mistake. Like, that guy should be in your top 6. Like, I don't actually have him yet because I need to build him. But, like, it's in 1 month from now, we're going to see this shift. I guarantee people are going to start picking it up and understanding how important it is to learn it. Because, like, if you're straight line down the boards, you literally are letting the guy line you up.
Yep.
And you go and you reverse check him. And so think about this before. Like, if you were getting body checked, you lost possession 99% of the time, right?
Yeah.
Whereas with reverse hitting, if you successfully hit it, you are going to lose possession roughly 60% of the time because you're still going to get bumped off. Their other D-man comes and picks it up.
The puck goes away.
Yeah, you still, like, at least because I'm using a ton, so I kind of, like, I'm seeing the averages of how often I'm still losing the puck. It's about 60% of the time. If you have silver back at you on, you're losing it probably about 30% of the time. And then if you have gold, it's like 15% of the time. So you just turned a 100% turnover rate into like 30 or 15%, or if you have nothing on you, like, only half the time.
No, man. Yeah,
it's gonna shift this game. It's gonna shift this game within, let's say, like, December, when everybody learns how to use it. It's gonna turn into this chess match where, like, you're gonna bait going in for a hit. They hit reverse check. You just pick up the puck.
Yeah.
And it's gonna turn into, it's like, what are you gonna do this time? You're coming in, fake a hit,
poke check, something.
They reverse. Yeah. You grab the puck. Or this time you go in and you absolutely rock them through the board since hitting is so good this year.
Yeah.
Like, I went from a 2 hits per game player in Hut Champs to 30.
Bro, I never hit in the last, like, 5 years holding down circle on total controls. And I'm just like, easily almost 30 hits a game.
Are you guys getting 1,000 charging? I made a joke. I was playing with Terry last night in Way Up Gaming 6s. And I made a joke every time I get a penalty. When I hit somebody, it's either going to be elbowing, charging, or boarding. And these boarding ones are hilarious because they're not even boarding. It's they're
boarding needs to get tuned down.
There is a
non-stop this year for hitting, whether it's charging or elbowing or boarding.
Apparently, if you take more than 3 steps controlling your guy and then like holding down circle, do you hit holding down circle or holding down on the right stick?
I've been using the right stick because I finally like got better at
Timing.
doing.
Yeah. So either one that you do, right? If you take like
Mhm.
more than 3 steps and you're still skating when you do it, that's how you get the charging calls. If you go into a glide right before you hit, that's how you don't get the penalty. But a bigger issue is that the discipline stat is actually impacting online play now. So if you have really low discipline and truculence, discipline will dictate how regularly they are called on penalties. So if you have one is like Brian Leach. If you miss a check that isn't perfectly on someone's puck or the stick, it'll just be a tripping call. Radko Gudas is another one, the prototype card with gold truculence. If you even just get a big body like hit, like it'll be a penalty. So it's something to keep in mind because he's got like 61 discipline. But that's like something to keep in mind is that's
funny
an issue.
because hip checks you can even be late on hip checks.
Yeah, hip checks don't matter. Like hip checks are like a specialty or something. It's weird.
It's weird. Like you can hip check with any part of your body too. I was joking with Papa the other day about it. I'm like, you can hip check with your head.
Yep. It's like your whole body is a circle.
You just gotta skim them. You just gotta if you go skin to skin, it's over.
I need to watch your stream more. Like I do feel like that back at you thing because I remember Sleeves told me this like 3 months ago.
I thought that it would be at launch, like this is gonna be it, and I think everyone just hated it. Because
I'm so surprised it's not.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
How many games,
it's now second nature.
Yeah.
How many games do you feel like where you're like, holy crap, if I didn't have that on, like I don't win this game. You know what I mean? Or something. Like, is there a lot of time? And not like you know exactly how many games, but is there like a ballpark where you're feeling like there's a percentage where you're like,
well, okay,
holy crap,
yesterday I had the best goal I've ever scored. Because of back edge. No, I did a reverse. So I'm straight line down the boards on the bench side. Guy comes in for a hit. I reverse checked him into his own bench.
Yes. Oh my god.
And then I come in and get a tap in back door, and I was losing my mind. It was my favorite goal I have ever scored in any NHL.
Oh my god, dude. Okay, let me ask you this.
You just tap it. That's all you do.
Yeah, just click it in.
Yep. You just got to time it. And it's a huge window for timing. Like, it's not like you got to hit that at that exact moment. No, you got to.
And you're not using.
I can do it every time.
Total cheese is what Way of Gaming calls it. You're not using total control, right?
No, I'm on skill stick.
So your Sleeves, you're using total. What is it on total control?
Clicking in the right stick.
Okay.
Remember I told you that
which
skill
is almost
stick,
easier for you.
Yeah, but like
you don't have to move your thumb.
Yeah, no, that's true. Also, the protect puck thing, everyone hated it by holding down A. Low key, the fact that you don't have to take your finger off of the skill stick once you get used to protecting the puck is like kind of nice. I actually I was listening to Eki the other day, and he actually said the same thing. And I was like, okay, because like once you realize the second you got to take your thumb off, like that technically is less control. But it'll still be a while before people are super used to it.
Everybody hates change, right?
Oh, I hate it.
Everyone's gonna bitch. It doesn't matter if it's like a good quality of life change, and then a month later, no one's bitching about it.
Yeah,
because everyone's kind of like it's now like muscle memory again.
The what do you guys feel about the intercepts are rough, eh?
Yeah.
I don't know how much you experience, but most of the goals I give up are just like they skate past the goal line and fire it into the middle, and there's no intercepting. Are you experiencing that at all, or is that just on me? Like, what's the goals
at least
you're
what I've been
up?
doing, if a guy is about to do it to me, I dive.
I think
I'll
I just
dive
gotta
and take away the lane.
Yeah,
you just gotta. That's at least I take it away all the time just through that because I know that I'm not gonna get the animation with like my player to do it, and I don't trust my AI enough to do it. So I'm just if I know that, especially they're a player that just all I do is straight line force, I'll just dive in front of my near post and be like, well, what are you gonna do now?
Yeah,
make a play.
Not besides the intercepts, by the way. I came in your stream earlier and I brought up the face-off thing I was having issues with, and I tweeted out about when I go down for a face-off. You know how me and you're a big face-off guys, please, right? Yeah. When I go down for a face-off, it's like one of the criteria of like winning a draw is who puts their stick down first. When we all go into a face-off, we're like it's like creature of habit. You just put it down right away. Well, I kept noticing like when I was playing club last night, my guy kept being delayed and delayed and delayed. And I was like, what is going on? Like in HK, actually, he's in the chat. He made a good point on Twitter. And I didn't even know this was a thing. He said the reason why that you're delayed and your opponent's not is because when you don't have full energy, it's not a glitch or anything. It's just your guy's delayed because you're lining up on the dot store because your energy isn't above 55%. I didn't even know that was a thing. Did you know that from like when you did?
No, that's news to me.
No idea. That's kind of cool.
Like, yeah, I mean, it's cool.
I like that in the sense because like you get an advantage of not just
Yes,
makes
true.
quick draw even more important. But
That means that you're also not, if you see, like, if you're
how
not
did you
stuck in
figure
a,
that out? Like a developer had to have told you that because there's no
yeah,
way
like,
to like
yeah,
guess
HK,
that.
if you can figure, let us know how you figure that
Yeah,
out. I just, besides icings where your line stuck out there, now you're more so, I guess, being like, okay, like, maybe if your green bar was only a little bit down with New and Dyke and you always put them out there, maybe now you're like, okay, well, I'm not going to put them out there because I'm going to get screwed. You know
Dude,
what I
there's
mean? Like,
times where my line is dead, and I'll still put my line with
oh,
New and Dyke
100%.
out because I want to win the
Yeah.
draw. Like that,
Right.
like that's why quick draw is so good. Because
Mhm.
if you're good at the face-offs, like you can win almost every draw with gold quick
Right.
draw. Yeah, like it's funny because I noticed it today. I didn't notice it until you said something in the chat, and then I was looking and I was like, "Why is my guy stuttering?" It's like he wouldn't put it down right away.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
was like,
Mhm.
and it was starting to piss me off because now I was starting to notice it. I don't know. I don't know. That's what's going on with that.
I
But
thought that was my controller being broken. I was about to buy a new controller
you're
because of
on
that shit.
you're on Xbox, right, Papa?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you are
He
you?
was originally PlayStation, by the way.
Yeah, dude. We're
I mean, I
me and,
still use the PS4 controller, so
that's crazy. You're on next gen using
Yeah.
an old school controller.
I don't like change.
I love
I'm
that.
like everybody else. I hate change, and I'm like, I don't want to switch to an Xbox controller. I don't like having to move like my thumb positioning. I was like, that to me is just a different size controller. No, thank you.
Oh man, I love that, dude. Yeah, we're me and Padre becoming honest this last like year or so, but the delay is very frustrating for PlayStation users right now. I don't even know how you would fix it because it just seems to be a console issue. I kind of as being West Coast prior to servers in NHL 19 or was it 18 when there was
That was 19. Yeah.
is 19. I kind of like I feel like the best thing is to go to peer to peer again. But there'd be a lot of people that would negatively impact. But man, like as a West Coaster, what was it like on peer to peer?
Um, I just got so pissed off of people with bad internet that I was happy to switch to servers. It would just make me
Yeah.
so infuriated playing stuttering games. I'm like, what the hell's the matter with you? And
Yeah.
they'd go like, no, it's you, man. And I'm sitting there with my wired internet. I'm like, no.
Yeah,
And when they deny it, make me even more mad.
I know. Yeah,
But honestly, because like, well, I mean, for me, it benefited me. I went to 6 ping.
yeah.
So I'm like, because I'm near Port, I'm
It's just like
close to Portland server.
it's so wild because like once you get to like I say this on my stream all the time. Once you get to like Division 2 or because Division 1 doesn't have enough people, so like when you're in Division 2, you're matching Division 1. Like you kind of get and like the game is so different because you can't just like it's not just end to end rushes. It's like you've got guys that'll hold on to the puck for forever and do like the same like meta goals and whatnot. Dude, when I go to DC and I play a District D and I get 2 ping flat bar, it is a wild eye-opening experience of how much of an advantage is in this game. Like it's not, and I only play
Basically LAN.
yeah, and like I'll play like against like the biggest issue is that Southern Ontario, man. When you're close to servers Quebec and you're getting like 22 ping is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's that 22 compared to 2. And like that 20 ping is a big difference, which is why it's always like so frustrating, especially on PlayStation, because you still can't use cross console. I don't know, like
I'm having mine off too. By the way, I noticed like 'cause this is my first year below 32 ping, and I'm like getting like 10 ping now. Like I don't know where they put the server close to St. Louis, but it's close. Like I'm getting 10 ping. I think somebody said
I
Chicago.
can't remember exactly. They did move a whole bunch around, but I'm
I
not
don't
too
have
sure
that.
exactly
I don't
where.
have that Nighthawk anymore, so I can't figure it out.
God, that was the
Yeah.
best. I
Yes.
loved the Nighthawk, bro. Like, did you ever hear about those?
Yeah, well, here's the thing for me. 1 week before they introduced ping the setting, because I would get so pissed off because since I'm West, I'd always get pulled to East games. So I made my team name in NHL 21, Relax, I'm West, just so that I would load it in the game. They know I'm a West player, and then I would back out. And I wouldn't get a message bitching at me.
Oh my god,
So
dude.
1 week before they introduced that, I literally went to the page to buy Nighthawk and went, you know what? I'm gonna sleep on it. And the
Yeah.
next day they said that they're dropping like the ping max. I was like, well, I'll just save myself $600.
Bro, it was wild. There was a point where I would only play with the same 5 people during the afternoon, and it was always in against Quebec players on QC ping. And the second that I got the Nighthawk, I could just ping Central, and I would get 25. And Central people, because it's not really Central, it was like Ohio. People would get 25 to there, and it was just, oh my god, dude, I missed it. It was so nice. It was so nice. But
Speaking of the glitch shots, this game is rampant with glitch shots.
Oh yeah.
The entire weekend, I sent the devs some messages. It's besides the goal line shots, the one you come out off the goal line, shoot it over the goalie's shoulder, or you skate backwards, shoot over the goalie's shoulder. There's a bunch that are those aren't even, you're not even holding RT or R2 with those. There's a bunch that are so bad when you're holding down RT and R2 that it's almost like the goalies like are stuck in mud because you are holding it down when you shoot, and they're like little muffin shots. They just slide right off the post. They I mean it's really bad. Like once
it's like a Bedard shot. It changes the angle so heavily.
You know,
because it's coming off on your backhand with full like 75% momentum on the shot.
Yeah, it's
like
brutal.
I'm in like a much different player base because like I'm only in Division 2. Papa, you're in Division 1, right?
Yeah.
And okay, and how many wins in HUT champs do you get roughly?
The joke is I always go 18-2.
Oh, that's still so that's elite.
17 to 20.
That's still pretty elite. And then Padre's an old gen, but he gets like 20 wins. So, I haven't. So like the glitch shots, I do not see them. I'll play like, so I'm not playing like 2150 and above. I'm playing the Division 1 people, but I'm still not seeing them. Every once in a while, I'll see the backhand shot where you like toe drag or whatever. I'll see it every once in a while. And I had a guy try to do delis off the like skate behind the net and kind of just throw it off.
Oh, I know how to do that one.
Dude, I had a guy try to do it twice.
That one.
I beat him 3-2, and I was about to tweet out. I'm like, I don't know, whoever the kid is with a barcode as a gamer tag. It literally just looks like a barcode, dude. You can't just watch Deli's videos, man. You got to go to Duncan U because you stink.
And by the way, Sleeves, there's a shot that I watched Papa do, and no offense to Papa, but if he's got 3 kids and a full-time job and he's busy doing things, the fact that he can master that shot like that.
You got to go look though, right?
Papa's shooting from behind the net off the goalie's butt. That one,
that one.
Yeah.
Deli goal
that's the one Deli saw.
Yes, that one's just horrible. I mean, it's like he did it 5 times versus Pens last night.
Hold up though. As soon as they patch the RT shot, doesn't work. So I mean, as soon as that patch comes in, that goal's gone.
This is huge though, because like NHL 23, they set it and forget it. They didn't patch anything. They were just focusing on 24. There was definitely some statements made that they will patch things that are not considered hockey plays. So technically and I feel like that was a way to get around them not patching the quick wrap. Because technically, that's like a hockey play, and you can defend it, right?
Even you're not going to like the
that one, but that one was a joke.
You're not going to like the replies me so far.
That one was an absolute joke.
It's a lot of you got to play better defense stuff, and I'm like, dude,
no, I agree. But I'm saying that technically, it's a thing, dude. When you hold RT and do a toe drag, and your guy is on the forehand, and the shot releases on the backhand, that is not a hockey play. That is a glitched AI body.
That's some physics. That is some physics right there.
Exactly right. So and same thing with the back.
Okay, to me, the fact that NHL 23, that wrap was a higher danger chance than an in-slot one-timer was an absolute joke.
Yeah, and the real issue is that any Division 5 player can do it. Because that was a huge problem. When you let
Greg from Pittsburgh do it, it's over.
That's what ruins the entire game. Because like if it happens in Division 1, there are certain times, like I remember certain years where like I don't want to say it's needed, but like there's a skill gap to some of these to pull them off that are difficult. Like so the toe drag shot, there's an actual like skill to that one, right? It's still garbage and shouldn't be in the game. But like if it's very difficult to pull off, it's like not as game breaking. But like these one, like as long as like
the bank shots, I mean, as soon as like I said, as soon as they patch RT, the bank shot's gone because you need to do the RT. You need to do the RT shot in order to make it work.
Yeah.
So it's not really a big issue.
It's almost like the Geimer goal. It's like the Geimer goal from like 2 years ago, where you're just like behind the net and there's like no way to.
Up. Yeah, it was just flick up though.
Yeah.
Like, that was a crazy.
That was 2 weeks of pain.
2 weeks,
2 weeks
man.
Of
That's all
lasted.
And Ben got that right out of the game. He said, "I'm not letting this in."
Crazy.
But yeah, dude, that's we'll see. We'll see what happens because they're gonna have to make some moves here. There is like a ton of glitch shots that again are not hockey plays. That is literally just manipulation of the physics in the game.
Yeah.
How do you feel about 24 compared to 23?
Oh, I hated 23. 24 for me. Like, I mean, at least performance-wise, I'm playing a lot better in 24 than I did in 23. And to me, winning is fun.
Same.
And so, the more I win, the more I have fun. But like, I like that I can play this game differently than I've ever played a game before. Like what we were saying with hitting and stuff. I've never been a hitter. The fact that I can play this game so wildly differently, it's so refreshing for me. But this game, it has like it has just these RNG things that are just so infuriating. They didn't need to add back into the game. That if they just took those out, like if the AI tripping, if we you know we tune that down a bit, we tune down the boarding, we tune down the really weird interference penalties that are just like all of a sudden you get the delayed penalty. You're like, okay, what went wrong? And you watch the replay, and one of your guys just randomly bumped a dude. You're like, oh, okay, I guess I'm going in the box or a 5-on-3 here. But I'm having more fun in this game, to be honest.
Yeah, like
they're close. There's some really, really, really annoying shit in this game.
Yeah.
That if they just, if they cleaned it up a little bit, I think this is a good game.
It's fine. I'm in total agreement with that because 23 is just so poor that like even when you won, especially if you were in Division 1 and 2, because that's where like the rap and everything else was like so prevalent, like you kind of had to do it, and half the game was defending it. And then like so like for example, like even when you won, it was like dude. I played a guy today. Hadn't seen it yet, so I've seen like there's been a multiple different ways to kind of utilize like the full pressure system. So like one is like to just rag the puck offensively to get full pressure, and then wait for everyone to be dead, and then try to make your move. But I had one today where the guy just made 15 passes in my zone to get my goalie tired. So full pressure wasn't even active, and the second my goalie was at energy, he'd fire it low, and my goalie would just like dive out of the way, and I was like, that's annoying, like that's kind of garbage. But like I ended up winning the game, but like I had to like in the third period basically be like, okay, you're not getting in my zone. I had to like just bail out and try to make sure you didn't get in my zone at all. And now I'm like making passes more, but it was just like it was refreshing to see something that was completely different because I hadn't seen anyone do that yet. Because I've seen the ozone rag, right? Like that one's probably the most prevalent, where like they just get into the zone and they're holding on to it. It's still kind of hard because you got to take shots and you got to get hits because it takes so long. But yeah, it's interesting. I think that 24 is far better than 23. It's different. The bad parts are different bad, and I'm hoping that they can fix them. The next like month from EA is going to be very interesting because they alluded to a November patch that's going to impact hip checking, which is nice. I don't see. I told Padre this. I didn't see it at all. Second I got into Division 2, I was like, oh no, like this is where all the hip checking is. Like it was kind of I didn't see it at all this last Hut Champs run for some reason. I'm wondering if it's because people are burning people down the board so badly that like just the way that the game is being played, it's really just like get a 94 overall skater and just go so that they fire.
I think the higher end players don't really use it that much, at least in Div 1 or high Div 2. I'm not seeing a lot of guys like quote unquote abusing it with total control where it's all they do for hitting. I've maybe played like one guy in my last 100 games that just only went for hip checks. Yeah. And it kind of worked. Like I had to just, I had to like anticipate it was coming.
You gotta move it quickly.
Yeah, so, basically had to move the puck before you get his ass cheeks right up in my face. But
it's funny how like a week's difference of just besides like teams, but even maybe a little bit of skill level, figuring out glitches, at least that I noticed. It's crazy just a 1 week difference what I saw this weekend in Hut Champs compared to last week. I mean, like I said, I'm on old gen too, but just like noticing, people figuring out glitch goals. The teams in like 1 week are way better. It's crazy. Like, I mean, I never thought in a million years I'd have 4 team builders at this point, and I even have 4 team builders.
It's easy, man. Team builders.
Yeah,
it's
really not hard.
So let's talk about the fantasy hockey event. What are your couple favorite? Did you get any fantasy hockey event cards?
I didn't pull a trigger because for me, I have no luck. So if I went and bought a card, he's not going to score. So
it's like, you're like, I'm
like, you know what? I would rather pay the premium on a card that's like going to be a player I need for GWC than buy 3 or 4 that end up just completely like missing.
Like
for
Tavo,
GWC.
Is he getting close for you?
The problem is he's 5'11", and he's remember. Okay, Duchesne was a quote unquote like he was a 99 December, right?
Yeah, 99
but he
December.
didn't play like a 99. He was like the fact that he's too short to be like extra dominant makes me kind of and then Teravainen also has like bad abilities.
Bad, yeah.
That I'm thinking I'm gonna lean towards gambling on Chikrin with like my quote unquote discounted MSP that I can get.
I told people
And
this.
just
I'm
hope.
like, if you're free to play and you're trying to and you want an MSP, Teravainen's the play just because it seems safe because he's already got
Yep.
90 speed. He can be in your lineup. The second that you can put one in your lineup, there's a big advantage to that because you don't have to wait. Free to play players can't spend 600K and then have him not be in their lineup, right? Like that's tough.
100%.
Chikrin, I think, is the one if you have a God squad that you just risk it. I was telling
Yep.
Padre this, but like the problem with Chikrin is that he has literally only played 65 games in his career. I can't believe that. In like his 8-year career, he's legitimately the most games he's played is 65. But he's just hammering the puck. Like he had 9 shots on the 26th against the Islanders, which is just crazy for a defenseman. But he has the good shot. Even his abilities kind of suck, but he's like 6'2".
6'2", 220.
We saw no,
Yes,
like, he's got
he's
great
thick.
size. It's
Yeah.
you know who's sneaky? I said this in the first week, but I just hate him. Is Doughty, man? Doughty had 3 goals over the weekend.
I feel like I missed the mark. I saw one for 300K. I was like, you know what? He has a gold shut down.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there. I was like, you know what? He's Doughty. He's not going to bury. And all of a sudden, I just was like, you got to be kidding me. I see like the eye hauler guy on Twitter saying that he's going to be an 84. I was like, all right. I was like,
it's
how
usually
much is he?
defensemen
Check the
that
market,
pop off.
like 800K.
Yeah, it's usually
That's what I'm leaning towards. Yeah, because like forwards are more consistent. Like you know around what they're gonna score, but a D man can just randomly go.
If they get
off.
2 goals, like that's 4.
Yeah,
like, it's just
exactly.
Like Dobson last year, randomly had like 10 goals in the first like, month and a half.
So I remember you were saying, who's that D man in the WHL that is like basically the same player as Dobson? He's like 6'3", 180. He's
last year, last year was Minchikov. And
I'm talking this year. There's one guy
year,
you were
Bonk.
saying.
So
Bonk. The problem with Bonk though is he's so light.
So like
that kind of worries me.
I believe he has shutdown.
He does.
I can't remember. I believe he has shutdown, but again, it's funny because like the way that you two play Hockey Ultimate Team is so different than everyone else is just because you guys only play for GWC or the NHL 24 World. And do you play after? If you didn't stream, would you play after?
I would play a little bit just to kind of keep the thumbs warm because I wouldn't want to go into the next game like with 6 months of like not playing the game at all.
Mm-hmm. No, I feel you. Yeah, because like you have the GWC this year is far earlier, like finally, which is great. Like it looks like it's because like it's starting earlier. It looks like it's ending earlier by like the regular season, the ending of the regular season.
Which makes fantasy a lot more difficult to
because
judge.
you need a card that hits. Because the way that they do these cards, if the finals is like April, which is the end of the season, then it doesn't matter for these cards because the open bracket would be like, I don't know dates, but I think it would be like February or March maybe, or even January. I don't know. I have to see.
Basically, by the middle of March is kind of, I think, when they're switching over to like draft.
Where it's like draft,
so if your guy's not hitting 99 by end of February, you kind of like, I shouldn't even say that because like, what are they doing?
Plus
+1 overall per month?
There are cards like
Barzal will be one.
Hurdle, for example, like if he gets 20 goals and he's a 92 at 6'3" with gold unstoppable force, like that's a very useful card. But there's like, I think the advantage is like, so Teravainen, for example, if he gets to, 90 in like, 2-3 weeks or maybe even 2 weeks, like that's an advantage, like enough of away from everyone else. But
yeah. Especially for a lower division player, you can straight line everybody with your Teravainen.
Exactly, man. That Heritage McDavid's my favorite card in the game right now.
He's the best card in the game, besides Gord, of course.
Yes,
Gordie Howe's the best card in the game, but
true.
McDavid a close number 2.
Stu, have you bought any?
No, I won't. I never have enough coins to actually buy any of them. Like they're always so expensive, even right off the rip. Like last year, I wanted to buy Petros, and he was even like 700K. So I was like, I don't have 700K.
How many coins do you have?
Like 60K because I'm trying to do all the team builders as fast as I can, and then I want to get Lemieux done, so that when I transfer in like December, like I'm
gen.
Yeah, I'm good to go. But even if I was new gen, I don't have enough stuff to. I mean, I need like a massive pull to be able to afford one of those.
Yeah, massive.
And even then, like I said, like I was texting with you on like I guess it was Saturday night he scored his hat trick or Friday night. And you're like, I mean, it'd almost be dumb not to make Teravainen, but like I was with you, right, when I was watching your stream, like I 100% agree. Chikrin, that's the one that I would do, just because he's just so good, and he plays like I understand his health though, But my gosh, like now with Shabbat out 4 to 6 weeks, and that power play is so good.
Yeah, he has all the opportunity in the world for
Yeah,
sure.
I just feel like, and like he's like I watched him like the first 5 games of the season. He's been scoring like crazy. Right, he's like 4 goals.
Yeah, 4 goals.
So I don't
Easily
know.
the highest potential out of
Yeah.
any of these
I mean,
MSPs.
out
I
of
like
the ones that we
Cousins
can
too.
make.
Yeah,
Out
the
of the
ones you
ones
can
we can
make. 'Cause
make.
there's a few that you can't make. Laugh
What
is
do you-
actually having a good one.
What do you think? I mean, because it still costs. Doesn't it cost like a decent amount still to get the full 36?
No, like
From
to make full
200K.
36, to make the full 36.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
dude, that's like
200K.
600.
No. Sorry, like I mean, like from how much
With the
to get-
discount.
Yeah, with the discount. Sorry, like 200K probably.
Oh yeah, it's
200K.
200K with the discount. Sorry, if you got all 24 of the objective collectibles, it's only 200K. Which
Would it be
only-
dumb? Would it be dumb to do the 3-player reroll and just hold on to it?
Not really. I mean,
if
you could get some horrible RNG though.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you could essentially waste all of that. I'm not someone who likes to gamble with it, but you're like you guys are playing for GWC, so you might as well risk it for the biscuit because even if you don't get it, you'll still get whatever 90s are available at the time.
Yeah.
right?
I'm just worried like Teravainen will end up being like. I mean, we all used Teravainen last year, right? Wasn't it last year we all got the free
Yeah, but he had
Halloween
elite
one?
edges. Like
Yeah.
elite edges early on is such an advantage. That's why that
Did he
McDavid
have it on this one?
No, he has tape to tape and like puck on a string. It's awful.
I think his gold is
Third eye.
Third eye.
Yeah, which is a complete useless ability.
Why
so
would they
it's-
do that to him? Why didn't they give him something decent?
I
That's
don't know. It's
surprising.
It's
That's
gonna be like.
considering they.
I don't know.
Sorry, go
I almost feel like I'm gonna take the gamble with Chikrin if I do one, rather than even though if Teravainen. Because dude, here's the thing too. Like, no offense to Teravainen, but I mean he's hot right now. But I could also see him. He's pretty streaky too. I could see him going like 15 games, and all the gaming communities like, what's going on?
Well,
He
like
sucks,"
the
you
issue
know?
is like, or the good part is because Another thing to remember is the progression is so slow this year. Like
Yeah.
it might be like at this rate, like February before we get 90 overall MSPs. Like if
Mhm.
October is 86s and
Yep.
November is 87s, like again by events, right? Obviously icons operate a little bit differently, and like icons. So like November is 87, December is 88. Now at some point,
I
there's
think
probably
that's too slow.
I
We
don't-
all
I
wanted
don't
slow
know.
progression, but I don't know if that's right because you're just gonna have everybody like. I don't know. It's gonna be min maxing at that point because everyone's gonna end up building enough equity in the game through their rewards that it's
Dude,
gonna be
though.
boring. You're gonna have everything you need.
The power up collectible being you could just trade in every single collectible or Hut Champs collectible for a power up collectible. Like if you just went 1 week, you don't need to do it right now. But if you went 1 week and you know say you got 15 collectibles because you guys get really high in Hut Champs, you just got 15 power up collectibles. Like you can make whatever MSP you want for the rest of the game. Like it's nuts.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I just been doing the first week I did the mega packs like you told me to do, and I was able to make all those team builders
That's
because
what I
of
did.
that. And like you know what's funny? And well, two things first. Going back to the Teravainen thing, I was just thinking about this. Like his career high, I think is like 20 something goals. I can also I don't know. I want like he's not like a goal scorer. He's more of like a passer. So I don't know. I just feel like with him. I don't know. I don't know what the move is.
It's that
with the right.
the thing that like now why it's so safe is because he has 90 skating already.
That's
And
true.
there's not very many,
Um,
and that's if he doesn't score for another 2 weeks. Still, he's still gonna be one of the fastest skaters.
Yeah,
because
I got an X Factor pack. I got Dowdy out of it. Like, is that even worth like upgrading?
I saved.
Not yet.
Like, not yet.
Wait.
Like they're because they're all I'm doing is like if I get any of those in a X Factor choice, but I got Suzuki and it was like 2 other people. I think Panarin was one.
Yeah.
I took Suzuki because like if he pops off and his fancy
You might as well
card,
keep him around as insurance.
yeah, exactly.
Pretty
Because
much.
you don't want to be like if he absolutely explodes, you can just like spend the power collectibles and upgrade him because at least even with the cost, you still have the advantage of keeping up because they will unlock a tier, which is pretty important for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. The Dowdy, I mean, he's like what, like 6'1" in the game, I think, or something like that. Like
Yeah.
he's got a decent build, so it
Yeah,
wouldn't
it's
be
not
like
terrible.
the worst
His
thing.
X Factor is low key actually nice. 'Cause I'm pretty sure he has shut down and I think he gets truculence. I can't remember. It was something, or maybe it was
Yeah, he
Stick
has
Off.
silver
I
shutdown.
haven't checked into it.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
But
has
yeah, silver shutdown would be nice 'cause at least like silver shutdown is super cost effective, and in this game with hitting, you don't
Dude,
need
shutdown
gold.
is so good
You-
this year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is, especially
That-
silver.
Silver was a
Gold
beast,
is
by the way.
gold is overkill.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like,
That-
even gold truculence. I don't notice the difference between like Breezeball's hits and Adam Foot's hits, and gold and silver on both of them. They hit the same.
gold.
They
dude,
knock the
James
guys off the
Girardi,
same rate.
That card it's been awesome. The team builder one.
Do you still
He's
have
so
him?
good. No, I got rid of him for Newendike, and because he's so good, like the New York Ranger
The
cards
ultimate
now
sacrifice.
are super dumb. But yeah, like I'm trying to like get him back. Like I'm just gonna be like, oh, it's gonna take me a while anyways. As a free to play Andy, I did not give any money to EA this year, unlike
We
you,
switched
Papa.
roles.
Yeah, switch right.
Yeah, I paid somebody's paycheck.
Oh yeah. Oh
Oops.
yeah.
I don't know. I'll
Uh,
probably end up like rolling the dice and either going Chikrin or doing that the 3-player pack or whatever, and just seeing maybe if I get
Week
like
2
a
has some good options. Like Barzal immediately goes in your lineup at a 78 or whatever he is. He's like
Yeah.
80, it's like 89 overall, but he doesn't score a lot. That's the problem. The Islanders as a whole
No.
don't score. Cousins is a really good one because at 99 he's so good. But like we mentioned, for you guys or anyone that's like trying to make GWC, like it really doesn't. This is the first year where the event is like there's no slam dunk. Kind of. I guess Teravain's close. Like if he has another goal or two, like it's pretty easy.
Yeah, we have till Thursday night essentially. And by the way, Malcheski, I think it was Malcheski I was talking to. He actually did a good point. He goes, "Let me look up the." I can't remember if he did like maybe like MVP odds or something like that on Vegas. I don't know if it was MVP. And he's like, technically, out of all the players that you can like build, it's Chikrin that has the best chance of winning the MVP. Vegas says. Not that like we need him to win the MVP, but we like, you know what I mean. Like he's the one that is predicted by Vegas to have the best.
If he plays
year.
82, man, it's easy. I think it's a slam dunk.
Yeah.
I
do too.
could
might
not
just-
believe that was his career high.
Yeah.
And it's because he played in Arizona, so you never hear about him. But
Yeah.
like it was 65 games in an 8-year career. Like I was like blown away by that. Like absolutely nuts.
What kind of injuries too? Has it been like just
had-
fluky ones, or is it like
I don't think you can have
aggravated
flukes at
something?
8 seasons. Like you know, what I mean, like I just don't. I don't know
yeah.
if you can have flukes at that point. Like
You know, if it's like different things, if it's like wrist one year, then it's
Yeah,
knee.
yeah.
But if it's like perennially his knee is going or his hips are going, you know, then you know that there's going to be like it's impossible he's going to hit 82.
Yeah. What's
Yeah,
your what's
good,
your
though.
go-to goalie that you're using right now?
Ooh.
Base Mad Sogard right now because he's 6'7".
Okay.
It's all height this year.
It is. Markstrom has been. I have like a running joke that every time in my videos I use like a goat noise every time he makes a save. Dude, I have never noticed a goalie this good before, man. Like it's
I've
What's
noticed.
your save
I've
percentage
noticed
on him?
Olmark's pretty
almost
good too.
900, and I'm like a dude. It's almost 900. I play pretty good defense. I lose
Jesus.
I lose 2-1 a lot, but like like my record's probably like 100 and like with overtime losses like 100 and then like 60 L's. So it's not like I'm just dominating. Like I have 60 L's and it's just
Yeah, so you're winning 2-to-1 ratio. That's still
Exactly,
good.
yeah.
At least for me in Div 1, I would say like having it above 85% is good in this game.
for sure.
And I'm hovering around 86 with base Sogard.
A lot of people in the chat are saying that apparently Chikrin changed his off-season training habits to focus more on flexibility. And a lot of it's because he's used to do too much muscle mass type stuff, and his training is more
He just started
durability
drinking milk,
now.
I guess.
focused on muscle in the first like 8 game. Yeah, he does. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I might just take the risk on it because like at the end of the day, even all the GWC guys I remember playing, like everybody, probably even you, Papa, like Duchesne was like on your fourth line or maybe not even in your lineup by the end of the year. So,
Again, different times though. Like because
I agree.
that was
I
like
agree.
April. Like when was the qualifiers for you guys back then? Like,
But
it
you
was
want
like
to
April.
you want to hear
Oh,
something
yeah,
though?
March,
When I got
April.
these, here's an example, right? I got these new team builders, like Robitaille. Newendike's the best one, I think. by
Newendike's the best
far,
one for
just
me
the
as
face
well.
off. But
Mhm.
taking away Newendike, if you're going like, let's just say Garen and Robitaille, I take McDavid's base card and I take McKinnon's base card over them any day of the week. And then even on top of it, I'll double down. I'd rather have McKinnon's base card and Jack Eichel's X Factor over any righty in the game, even Lemieux right now, because they're custom strides and how good they feel. They're ridiculous. Like that's where like I'm using an example. Like say even if let's pretend Duchesne's this year and we're in March and there's GWC and he's a 99. I would rather have like a 92 McDavid over him. Does that make sense? Just because of like the stride.
Well,
And all
you
that
also got to
stuff.
pay attention to
McKinnon
like
is ridiculous, by the way. Ridiculous.
Yeah, and he's like only like 30K now. His base.
He's the best budget, or I don't want to say budget because that's like
30K is a budget.
if you have 100K to spend, he is the best 100 like he's the best bang for
There's
your
not
buck
a lot
out
of great righties in the game, and there's not a lot of good lefty defensemen.
He is
It's like
crap,
the
dude.
two positions
Silver
where
unstoppable force too, by the way, Sleazy. You love
no,
that.
no, absolutely, no. Yeah, his card is nasty now.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie, even with my team being so stacked, I wasn't really thinking of picking up Eichel's X Factor, but that does make sense. He does a 90 speed with gold edges.
Eichel's card always plays like so different, like
Eichel's
so.
unreal.
He does very. The one thing you guys are, like to pay attention to, I was when you get those like primetime cards and stuff that you would kind of just roll your eyes at because you know that they'll be replaced in a few weeks or whatever, or they'll drop hard in value. Whenever they come out though, and it's like a good player and they have like great abilities. So like I bought that McDavid at like 200K, that Heritage one that had elite edges and wheels. And I'm not a big like wheels guy, but like the combination of the two, dude, you like.
Oh,
in the
it's
corner, bro.
unbelievable.
Like it's like good luck, man. Like
Yeah.
it is nuts right now, and those
Currently
cards will
better
hold
than
the
his
value.
X Factor card.
100%.
right
And
now.
his X Factor card is still the best card in the game. Like it'll be because you can turn it into his team of the year at some point. Like
I can't believe how cheap the 87 is, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like I
I
built
think it
him
goes up
thinking
to, like,
there's no way
300.
it would cost 200K. Okay, it's 300 now. That's more.
no. If it, I
what I
have a
was-
feeling when it's out of packs and like out of
Gotcha.
sets, like I have a feeling that it's going to be like 300. Because I was using this as an example last year. That Tage Thompson was like a prime time. It came out like the first week. It was like an 85 overall, which isn't anything
The
special.
gold UF.
And it had gold unstoppable force, bro. And that thing was on people's teams for like 2 or 3 months.
He was my 1C for a little bit.
Yeah.
He was, and he had the custom build and stats too, where he had good face-offs and
That's
stuff.
one thing we have not seen this year is custom builds at all yet.
The headliner event had like Brooks Orpik. We had like 69 deking and stuff because he was a defensive defenseman. But I don't know, like. I mean, to be honest, if you look at all the scoring wingers and stuff, they've got like 70 body checking.
Mm-hmm.
So like that, like
Yeah.
is like in line, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
I think they just need to do more like the team of the week, those cards and whatnot. They need to have abilities. The fact they don't have abilities is just brutal.
Why not really? Okay, like say like Crosby goes off 1 week and he has 5 goals and he makes team of the week. Why not have a sniper build Crosby? Like, and he's labeled as sniper and he gets your sniper synergies. And it's a custom sniper build. Or even in general, I wish that they would expand on base players that you could get. Okay, let's say beginning of the year, there's Crosby, like there's current Crosby, who's an 84 overall, but you can also pull 2007 or like rookie Crosby. There's a rookie Crosby base card too. That's like a sniper build. It's still like it's probably a bit better because like Crosby, like rookie card was like when he was a rookie, he was
100
nasty.
points.
So maybe he could. There's a base rookie Crosby that's an 86 overall.
Maybe he's faster.
Or there's a base OV Crosby, a base OV that is like rookie OV.
Yeah.
So he's fast, has maybe a little bit less stat. Like they make him so he'd still be a sniper, but you know what I mean? Like if they could expand a lot more instead of like base cards being so bland. Like it'd be cool to be like, okay, I really want to get this guy's sniper card. I want to get this guy's playmaker card. I want to get this guy's rookie card.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like, so it's like 2 years ago, me and Casso spent like fucking a week straight just coming up with a build system. We figured out the equation of like what attributes would have to be. So it's like if a card that gets 99, say it's a sniper at 99, he can get to 99 shooting, but his body checking is capped at 75. So even though he's 99 in NHL, the problem is that at 99, every attribute is 99. It's why big cards are so valuable. But a build system would be like, let's say a 99 playmaker. They can get like 99 hand stats, but their shots capped at like 85, things like that. Grinder, like body checking can get to 99, but maybe their shots capped at 80, something along those lines. And that'd be huge because then you could get like a sniper Crosby where maybe his passing and his hand stats are way worse, but his shot is like 95. Like, I think when they go to the build system, it's really going to make the game better. But until then, it's kind of tough with that because they just like I don't know what else they can do with progression. Like if they keep
I had an
going to
idea
99,
I had an idea that came to me like before this game dropped about like why couldn't they expand on the coaching a bit more? Like if they implemented this sniper playmaker like build system more, or like if you have a coach and his like thing is. His top line, you get a plus like 1 to everybody if you have a sniper, playmaker, power forward on your
that's
first
kinda
line.
cool.
Sniper, playmaker, power forward on your second. Your third line's a checking line, so they're all like power forward two-way, or something along those lines, and your fourth line is grinders, everybody gets a +2 towards that. Maybe like some sort of stats wise, that coach
Dude, that'd be
comes into play a bit
sick.
more.
They
You know what
kind
I
of
mean?
used to have
They
something
need
like
to
that.
bring more
They used to
in
have
depth, more
chemistry. They used to have
strategy
They used
to
have
like.
chemistry. Yeah, chemistry. Do you remember that, Papa, when they had like I don't know if you were playing
But
in those years.
that was pretty bland. It was like
Yeah.
I didn't like
chemistry
the
wasn't
way
that
they
revolved
did it.
around logos. Like your team had to have the
Yeah.
same logo on your players.
hated
Like
that.
Yeah,
sure,
that stuff was brutal.
No, the way I always said it would be cool is, and you're from Vancouver, so you know this. I always thought it'd be cool, and this is just taking like in depth. Like MLB goes so in depth, so it's like if they just went 20% in depth, I'd be happy. It's like the Sedins playing together, so they're like 100 chemistry, and then say you have Alex Burrows with them because that was like their line in their heyday. It's like they're nasty together, but if you put like I don't know, like let's say who's a Canucks player that played with them besides Burrows? Like you know what I'm saying? Like just anybody,
Anson Carter.
like just anybody, right? Anybody that had like a cup of coffee, like whatever. Like there's like a certain chemistry. I think that would be cool if they factored in like the countries they're
That'd be
from,
sick.
the teams they played on, their team history, just anything like that. I think that would be cool for
So more of like a FIFA system where like there's
and
more.
it's only 3 players, right, and 2 defensemen. It's not like you need like a full team to be the same. Like you said, like we don't need every card to have a Vancouver logo next to it. I just mean for lines, it'd be cool for chemistry if, yeah, it'd be cool.
Because then you can expand. Like okay, sure. Like because like for me right now, like when you look at your team build, you do not look at sniper, playmaker, power forward. You look at the
No.
players and their size. You look at like what they can do as a trio because how they are built together.
Yeah.
But there's no strategy. There's no depth beyond that. Like so, like expanding on my idea. What if they tanked the overalls like even a little bit lower, and they let the coaches bring them up to like kind of what the overalls are at now? So like, if you have that, like maybe McDavid is an 84. But if he has a coach that synergizes with like your team and all that, he gets a +3. So really his
I would
base
like
card is
the-
more in line, like an 87.
I definitely like the playmate, the building aspect of that. Like if you had to fit specific card types, so like say you need 3 grinders on your third line, you'd have to go and pick like the 3 grinders you want. Like that'd be kind of sick. That would be kind of sick, boys.
I would love to be able to even just have like more customization with who takes a face off. Like how many times did you watch the Sharks over your life where Pavelski and
Pavelski
Thornton
would
were on the
take
same?
yeah, we take the
Pavelski
draw.
would take him on the right
Goes
side.
back to his position.
Thornton would
Yeah.
take him on the left side, on their strong side, and that's just little things that would be cool because this game has just been the same for 20 something years, where there's no, just like add that stuff, man. Like I would be more excited about that than the stupid Michigan. You know what I mean? Like no offense to the Michigan, but you know what I mean. Like that would be cool to me if there was more detail with that stuff. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a hockey nerd, but yeah.
Well, it's easy for us to say. We have no idea how much coding would come into bringing this in.
I've been there.
Like, I think my idea is great. I wonder how many fucking devs is going to take and to bring in all like to make that happen. It would probably take them 2-3 years to even be able to code that.
No, for sure. Did you want to go over the prototypes that came out again?
Yeah, sure. The prototype event is sick. I think it's the perfect event to go inside with the fantasy hockey event because I think that the big knock is like no money spent people or like casual players. They can't do anything with fantasy hockey because it's an event where like everything's priced as if they're 99s, but they're not. So like a lot of people can't. So having this event come out while it's going on allows people to participate in an event, and they allowed you a free master set player basically by doing the objectives. I think they're all good right now, but there's like 5 of them that'll be outpaced soon where it's like...
Yeah, I was like, they'll fall off quick.
Yeah, right now...
They'd make a free-to-play team, but in 2 weeks, you're already going, oh no, like this card is kind of falling behind, especially for speed. Like Lucic, sure, great ability combo. He has the Gordie Howe combo, but 84 speed, he's not going to last you into November.
The only one... Yeah,
Too far.
The only ones I did a video on today, the only 3 I think that have some longevity, he sure could be on your 4th line for like the year, just because he's got silver quick draw and then like good face-off rating and like decent speed. He's got like 89 skating. I think that Taves is half decent, 88 speed, and that two-way defenseman is an easy synergy to activate. So he gets like 94 defensive awareness. And oh my goodness, I can't remember the last one.
Boone Jenner
and Quinn
Boone
Hughes.
Jenner, Quinn Hughes. Yeah, Quinn Hughes. I like Seeing Eye. I think Seeing Eye has some run this year. I
Boone
think
Jenner and Lucic are like useless pretty much.
yeah,
right?
exactly. That's the thing. Like you could use them right now, and they probably play.
Lucic has back at you though for
He
popping.
does.
Right
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. He's got that. He's got the Gordie
Hey.
Howe build.
Hey, real quick, what do you guys think? So like, we're GWC or not? There's every game there's metas, right? Like MLB has metas. I'm sure Madden does. I don't play it, so I don't know. Every
Madden
game has a
doesn't.
meta, right? Like we've been talking about since NHL 15, pretty much size, right? The size guys. Do we feel like I'm just using an example? Like I've only played this game for like less than a month, right? But like this is the first time where I actually feel like Makar and even Adam Fox, because their speed and the way the hitting's so like weird this year, you can hit guys with like smaller guys and get like the same reaction almost, especially with the hip checks. Like you can take Johnny Gaudreau and clip Zdeno Chara and he's flying. So do you guys think that the meta is not as crazy this year with the bigger guys? Because I don't know. Like personally, I like Makar better than I like my Breeze Wall right now, and I've never thought I'd say that.
Hitting is
I
definitely
mean, for
easier 'cause
me,
you can charge
I'm the
it up.
opposite actually.
Yeah, you can.
I'm the
charge-
opposite. I have Makar off my team right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you normally like him.
Yep. I used to like him for the straight line, but I find that at least as someone who is just getting 30 hits per game, if I'm charging up a check, I'm not getting a guaranteed not like stumbling the guy with him. I don't know. I feel like I'm more comfortable with having Brisebois and Foot in my top 4 with truculence on, and they are going to take them out. And you were saying something about like earlier about boarding calls, charging calls, elbowing and like cross-checking calls. So what I've kind of like been told, and it's worked, I've kind of implemented it, is that to eliminate charging, all you gotta do is skate towards them, release your
And let
left
go, you
stick,
glide, yeah.
and then hit them. You do like you only need a half second. You glide a half second, it completely nullifies getting a charge. Your boarding hits, I just think that boarding needs to be tuned down in general. You're getting boards like crazy. So I've kind of like tried to start like pinning more or doing just like the flick checking to like stumble them with truculence, which kind of works. And elbowing is if you hit somebody repeatedly with the same guy in the same shift, like 3-4 times, it ups the chance of you now doing an elbow.
That
That's
sounds
what I've
like
been told.
tinfoil hat stuff. That last one.
I don't know. Because my Wayne Gretzky is all of a sudden throwing bows at people. I'm like, why are you doing this?
Man, that's crazy. That's definitely interesting. I'm wondering if Padre, because I was thinking about this the other day, like some of the bigger players that like you normally notice, they don't have a balance, like good balance yet. Like I wonder what happens when the big guys get decent balance stat too, if the small guys have any shot, because the small guys body checking is very low. But if you hold down circle, you're charging a hit to lay the biggest hit, or whatever you're using to charge a hit.
Yeah.
Right? Like like that's interesting. But all right, fellas. Good episode today, Papa.
Whoa. Before he goes, we have to do Papa's 3 rules. We need everyone to know Papa's 3 rules. We need everyone to see. These are Papa's 3 rules for his stream if you wanted to run your mouth at him.
He allowed me to.
And sleeves his stream now too.
He allowed me. He sent me the image.
My overlay.
After I saw it, and it was just so well done as a 30-year-old dad that has to go up against you kids that just don't do anything but play this game. But let me see if I can fire this up. I don't know what the camera is gonna do. But here are for anyone. Oh, okay. For anyone that is watching and you're not listening, here are the 3 rules. Number 1, mods must be subbed, which I love as a streamer. If you're gonna be a mod in the channel, you gotta pay for it. I love that.
Can I defend my rules too here?
Oh,
So
let me go through
to
them.
me,
Let me go through them, and
okay.
then you can. Number 2, this is my favorite one. Do not GG me if you beat me. There is nothing worse. It could have been the best game possible. Fun, back and forth, no glitch goals. You could be the nicest person and say, man, that was such a good game. None of us want to hear it. We want to absolutely slam our heads through our desks when we lose, especially if someone's in the chat. So if you GG, you're out. And then the third one is must work 40 hours per week to chirp, which that is definitely the best one. So go ahead, give us how you came up with these.
Well, rule number 1 is, I don't know about you guys, if you go into a stream and you see that the guy who's streaming, his mods are not subbed, those are his most dedicated guys that aren't even willing to do it, so why should I? You know what I mean?
Okay. All right.
I think it's totally valid and totally fair.
Yeah, I mean, especially because of primers. Like, you know, I can understand not wanting to shell at $10 or $5 or however much it is. But if you got Amazon Prime, that's a free sub. My longest.
Well, to me, feel free to be a VIP. If you can't afford the sub, it doesn't matter to me. You can just take the diamond and set it to sword.
I never thought about the look of it. That's interesting. That is interesting. Like Rumple is I actually just had my animator make an emote specifically for him because he's been literally like in my streams every single day for like 3 years, and he's a great mod. Like actually does mod tasks, and but he uses his Prime sub every month, and nothing wrong with that. Absolutely, send me Bezos's money. You know, whatever it is.
J Bus has a good question. Does being in college working does that count?
Oh,
because
God,
obviously
the whole gap year situation.
Well, no, we're gonna get back to the gap year. I think if you're taking 4 classes, that probably is the equivalent for somebody.
When your kid goes to school, you gonna make him get a job? I'm gonna make my kid get a job. When your kid goes to school, when your kids go to college, are you gonna give them a free ride, or are you gonna make them go to get a job?
Well, there's a catch. It has to be a real degree. It can't be some it can't be some underwater basket weaving garbage. Absolutely not. I'm sorry, if you're getting a Bachelor of Arts, you're paying $80K for a piece of paper. Sorry, guys, with your Bachelor of Arts out there. Yeah. But I'm like, at least for my kids, I want them to go into something that's specialized. If they decide to go that route, because like I'm in the trades, so for me, I'm like so pro trades. Like trades are like the play.
I agree.
In terms of like. On average, like
years,
sure, there's
no one does manual labor. In 10 years, you are going to be a millionaire.
No,
but one of my biggest regrets, I have a master's degree in business, and it's like useless, obviously, especially like with what I do. But it's so funny to me, like looking back, I would kill to be like even not as good as I even was at hockey, and I would have like I wish I would like learn how to like build things, like do drywall or do like, you know what I mean, just different things. So it's like now when I want to do something with my wife and we're like, oh, we want to put this new thing in our powder room or something, I'm like, oh yeah, well, all right, let me call the plumber, let me call the electrician, and I'm like doing all this stuff. I put up a light the other day and I felt so proud of myself because I was like, I didn't mess it up, the light turned back on and the house didn't burn down. I'm like, let's go. And, like, and it's just stuff like that where it's like, I do agree with you, like the trade school, man, like those people that are good with their hands and stuff, like it comes in handy in so many ways.
I got my diploma in journalism, and I didn't use that, and I still technically don't. So you know, it is what it is. I got 2 years of just learning.
Hey, and also
be a wordsmith.
On rule number 2, the GG. I also hate the one, and you guys know this when you're playing Hut Champs. The hey man, who did you lose to? That one's so bad too.
I don't get that a lot. 4. I will bury you. Like,
4.
I'm not very good, and I don't find myself funny, but like I think that I'm pretty witty when it comes to people trolling and chirping in my chat. So I love it when I get just mouthpieces. But no, like that one I don't notice that one a lot. I definitely the GG bro.
Sleeves, you and I have that dry humor.
Oh,
I
absolutely,
think.
Yeah, yeah, and we're realists. Like we're not, you know what I mean, like no guff kind of thing. But dude, the GGs. I don't care how nice you are, man. No one wants to hear it. If you're a streamer, and you're just lost in front of, however many people you're streaming. It could be 10 people if you're streaming.
It could be just your mom. I don't want my mom seeing that.
I didn't win. Not a good game. It was not a good game.
Exactly. I'm pissed. Yeah, I don't care. It could be rivals. I don't give a shit. Exactly, don't GG me.
Exactly. And the 40
Take your win and go.
Yeah, exactly.
Out you go.
Yep, exactly. But anyways, thank you, man, for joining us. It was great. We're definitely gonna have you on again.
I appreciate you guys having me on.
Make sure you follow PapaGoesMMMM on Twitch. He goes live. What time do you usually go live at?
8:30 Pacific, Tuesday to Saturday.
Oh, you're a late one. Yeah, all of us East Coast boys. If you're 30 and over, Papa's tough one to watch. But
he's trying to get partnered right now too. So
yeah,
make sure you guys
close.
are in
How
there.
many are you averaging right now? You're close.
72.
Oh man, you're sniffing it. Okay, get in there. Open up
there.
the stream. Open up the stream.
Yeah,
leave it
up all night. Yeah. Leave it up all night.
Yeah, I was like, just open it up and go to bed. Like, honestly, like you don't have to watch me. You don't have to watch my dad gameplay. You can just go tab, mute, gone. You go to bed. Everybody wins.
So it's that's my favorite part about you.
I can serenade you guys to bed. Yeah, it's perfect.
You can watch them lift weights. You can watch them put stuff on this background. Papa's got one of the best.
He is the best productions. Yes.
Him and like there's a few guys like Dirt Star Blaster. I know has a really good setup. Papa's got a really good setup. Not many people can have that kind of a setup.
I have like this kind of stuff. Like it's backwards
that.
because it's
You can't see
swapped,
that on
but I can
the-
like put
on
my
the audio.
record in the back. I have my favorite team on here. What we got here? We got here we go. We got it's still backwards because it's on over Discord.
Let's
but
go,
Yeah.
dude. Love that,
Yeah,
bro.
it looks good though. It's cool.
Love that. All right, boys.
That's awesome.
Well, thanks again. Episode 80 is in the books, and we'll see you guys next week.